Bailiff, please bring in the next witness.
What in the world is Mr. Edgeworth thinking?
We're gonna bring in the lady. Oh, that lady. I forgot. We have to talk to this lady.
Man.
Now then, witness, please state your name and occupation. And I must know full well who this is and what she will do, so why the hell did I bring her to this courtroom today?
Oh, God.
Witness, your name and occupation, please.
What the F is wrong with this lady? Gotcha.
Why is she dressed as a space?
No, I
lady?
was certain that they tried to explain it at some point, but we've yet to hit it. So I guess there's no explanation.
I don't understand. I wonder what happened to that calm composure he had earlier.
Oh, Edgy boy, it's been, a year since last time we met, hasn't it? You should be more happy to see me.
I saw the report with her testimony, but who knew that under that helmet? Come on, of course it would have her name on it.
Wait, he went on record as saying he doesn't read.
Yeah, I guess so. It was the wicked witch of the witness stand.
I tell you, this time I know what I'm supposed to do. So today, I'm going to tell you anything and everything. Even things that don't have to do with that terrible crime.
Miss Witness, that terrible crime is all this court needs to know.
Shh! I'm talking to my dear Edgy Wedgie right now. Don't interrupt us, Gramps.
Yes, madam. No, please, by all means, interrupt her, please. Anyway, witness, your testimony, please.
It's true what they say, that youth are hot-headed nowadays. Not that I mind at all, Edgy.
Edgy?
Now then, what should I start with?
The witness was on security detail at the hotel on the night of the murder. Is this correct, Miss Oldbag?
It was a great job being able to see my dearie Juan. It was almost too much for my little heart to handle.
You mean you're a fan of the victim?
Look, everyone is crazy over that Engard, saying he's cute in a fresh way or something. But not me. I wouldn't say anything so silly. After all, I have no interest in a little child like him. I'm only interested in a real man, Juan Corrida.
Weren't they the same age? Oh,
Let the game talk.
What? But those two are the same age.
Awkward. Anyway, as I was saying, I was pacing in front of his room that night.
Very well. Please tell the court what you witnessed the night of the murder.
Leave it to me, Edgy Poo.
Poo poo.
Edgy Poo Poo.
Poo poo.
Anyway, after the ceremony, I went to pace around in the hallway in front of his room.
I went to pace around. That sounds terrible.
I mean, yeah.
There was something I was interested in finding out, you know. Well, since I was on the job, I made sure to keep a good eye out the whole time. That's when someone showed up. It was a man coming out of poor Juan's room. It was Engard, Matt Engard. He was trying to sneak his way out of Juan's room.
My God.
So Mr. Engard came out from the victim's room.
See? It has to be him. He's the murderer.
I see. Well, Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination. Went to pace around the hallway.
Miss Oldbag, what was your post on that night?
The lobby. I was supposed to help set up the stage for that trifling show.
Trifling show.
Trifling show.
Trifling's like little.
Yeah.
But I refused to help. I'll have you know. It was for that lead-headed samurai show. Hee hee, I even took out a few of the nails.
Oh.
I mean,
wow.
you're straight up sabotaging and destroying property.
Yeah, she's...
That's a crime.
Maybe it was a good thing the show didn't go on?
Yeah, maybe not.
Maybe it would have died on the stage then.
Yeah. Besides, that manager with the glasses seemed to be working hard at it without me.
Oh.
So I thought I'd take a break and spread my wings a little.
And that's when you went to hang around the victim's door.
You bitch.
There's something she was interested in finding out.
Something you were interested in, and just what was that?
It's not some little thing I can just go around telling everyone, you know. It's top secret between me and Juan. And Edgy Poo, of course.
Mr. Edgeworth, what's this thing she was interested in? I have no idea. I despise gossip, Your Honor.
Gossip?
But should it prove relevant, we can always have it appended to a testimony later.
It looks like we shouldn't force it right now.
Interesting.
Okay.
And then the witness stay in the vicinity of the victim's door the entire time? Yes, looks like she did keep a good eye out the whole time.
Oh, and would you tell us the number of people who went in and out of Mr. Kurita's room?
I have no idea. I wasn't born so I could count things for those who didn't pay attention in class. That's why ever since I turned 20, I quit keeping track of how old I really am.
My God.
Yes, well, that would explain why her age was not included in the report. That shouldn't, though. That's
You
not
would
something
still
you have
know
to
your
self-report.
just know your birth date, and that sort of explains everything. But sure.
In any case, the witness then saw someone, correct? A man coming out of Juan's room.
Who in the world was that?
I'm not allowed to say. This sort of information has to be carefully guarded from the masses.
Don't you say it in the next sentence?
No, shut the fuck up, Marvin. The man that came out of Juan's room, he was...
Yes, he was. Let's get to the
We're on the
next
edge of our
statement of the
seats.
testimony.
I'm too scared. I can't say his name out loud.
Oh, what I wouldn't give to have Franziska's whip right about now.
Phoenix wants to whip old ladies.
That's fine.
Well, she deserves it, clearly.
Whip that bag.
I guess I can tell you since he was such a bad boy anyway.
Gross. He was on guard, trying to sneak his way out of Wine's room.
You saw my client. You sure about that?
You see,
Really?
annoying brat, when I say I saw someone, I saw that person.
Why do I get a sense of deja vu?
Deja vu.
Is it gonna turn out maybe it's someone who's dressed as Nickel Samurai
before. Maybe to avoid a repeat of last year.
Maybe to avoid a repeat of last year, I should delve into this a bit further.
I'd say the clothes is most relevant to the last case.
Let's do that. Please tell the court about the man's clothes in more detail.
What a troublesome man you are, really, as if something like that matters.
It mattered a lot last time, you bitch.
Yeah, bitch, but it does.
Now, what was it? Oh, yes. It was that thing.
What thing?
That god thing.
Oh,
He's
so-
always wearing that racing jacket.
Okay, so it was... he was wearing that at the detention center, too.
That thing's meant for nothing but seducing women out of their pantaloons.
Pantaloons.
Men.
I'm surprised she didn't say skirts. Given
Pantaloons is good. It's a good old-timey word.
Right.
So, Mr. Wright, was this testimony just now important or relevant in any way?
It was not important. I guess it really wasn't that important after all.
Mr. Wright, do you know why we say time is valuable? If not, I suggest you learn.
You've wasted 3 minutes of this woman's youth. That's more valuable than gold to me.
Why do I suddenly feel old in the presence of her childish whining?
She may not remember things or be mistaken here and there, but I don't think she's lying.
That's bad for us. Really bad.
But that's how the human mind is. It also has a tendency to jump off topic. She strayed into a few interesting side topics this time too, hasn't she? But that's what makes her a sweet old lady,
No.
right?
Why are you on her side?
No, this
'Cause I
is
love
about
her.
Japan's culture of respecting your elders at all costs.
No.
Mhm.
Never. That's because you're not the one who has to question her, Mia.
Shut the fuck up, Phoenix.
It's true. What was the statement that said we should wait to add shit to the testimony?
I think we should go back to the last one and keep trying the other ones. The one with this one. Press again and then try the other options. So, person was carrying. What was the man you saw carrying?
In which hand? His right or his left? Now this is a real mess. I mean, I can't be expected to answer such vague questions. This question.
Indeed. Please be more specific with your question, Mr. Wright.
Sorry. What was the man you saw carrying in his right hand?
He wasn't carrying anything in that hand.
Then how about his left, you jerk?
Then how about his left?
Empty.
Bah!
Well, this whole thing has been a whole lot of nothing.
So, Mr. Wright, blah, 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 blah.
No, not important. Wait.
Oh, so it might be that the other triggers we have to say that something said is important.
Wait a minute.
What?
I think it is important that he was wearing his jacket because they found the button in his hakama, right?
Yeah.
Can we check the option? Can we check the evidence again? I
I'm
forgot.
pretty sure that is what they said.
Yeah,
guard's
he
hakama.
wasn't wearing the hakama. So how could it end up in his pocket if he was wearing his racing jacket?
That's a valid point, but is that what we're supposed to focus on?
I think we're supposed to say yes. It's very important that he was wearing his racing jacket, and then have them
that
add
would
that
make
testimony.
sense because it would actually relate to the past case because they try
Right.
to invoke a connection to it somehow, and for it to just fizzle and not really result in anything is kind of a, I don't know, it's kind of a letdown if it doesn't.
I think it's supposed to. I think they're supposed to be.
All right, so back to option 3 and then select that it was important.
Yeah.
Before I do that,
Yeah. Person's clothes. It is important. Of course it was important, Your Honor.
And perhaps you'd like to point out what part of that testimony was important.
Don't you see it, Edgeworth? Your Honor, I request what the witness said about the jacket be appended to her testimony.
I don't quite see where you're going with this, but all right. Witness, please.
Well, I don't like to badmouth anyone without reason, but if I must.
Okay, then that's what we needed. Flashy jacket, all just for show. Let's press this just real quick.
Press him or her. Are you sure the defendant was wearing a racing jacket?
What do you think? It's not like I've seen him in anything other than that horrible thing. I'm sure he was wearing it.
She is so sure of herself that it's to the point of self-absorption.
Mm-hmm. She may not remember things or be mistaken here and there. Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, blah, 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 blah.
All right.
So I think we represent the button there.
That sounds reasonable enough. Let's do it.
Objection!
Yay! Ms. Oldbag.
What? Don't say my name for no reason.
Do you know what this is, bitch?
It's a button! Number 2 on the Gem and Ninja's costume!
Wow, you're very... Now I know
sounds
she's
like
an
Pearl.
obsessed fan. She identified it in a single glance.
Oh.
Give it here, give it here, give it here! If you don't give it to me, I'll punish you with this! Yeah, that's fine.
Wow, she really is a diehard fan to want a button covered in blood. This button was discovered on Mr. On Guard's body during a full body search.
A full body search. Sounds good. See?
Very good.
Okay, sir.
Sounds most good.
Oldbag wants a full body search.
Yeah. By
okay.
one.
All the cavities searched. Okay. CC? This button proves.
Oh shit! I'm sorry. That was
proves something, and
Got a
I
shadow
don't know.
of doubt that it was that rascal. It was caught up in the pleats of his nickel samurai hakama pants.
Hakama?
Hakama.
CC again? Wait, what? And Engard is the nickel samurai.
Witness? Now, it may just be me, and I do have an active imagination. But just now, didn't you say that the defendant, Matt On Guard, was wearing his usual racing jacket?
I'm so sorry. Sorry that you judge people based on what they wear. How fucked up is that? If I wore the trendiest dress, but instead I have to put up with wearing this hideous outfit, I got a tape recorder stuck to my chest. It's heavy, so heavy. I wish I could switch to the Dream Alive for those kids who are out there who work hard. I understand. Now take a look in the mirror. Your clothes are interesting. You're a disgusting piece of shit. Edgy poo. She's unhinged.
She pissed on curling. Dang.
Now hold your tongue still there for 1 second. What you saw in actuality was not Mr. On Guard, the man, but Mr. On Guard, the nickel samurai.
But when you think about it,
God damn it.
Motherfucking piece of...
they're really one and the same anyway.
I think this
One
is
and
another
the
reason
same.
why I hated this game, or like, not that I hate this game, but this game was so disappointing to me when I played through it. It's like, you brought back a lot of, she did the same shit across 2 cases. You brought back Oldbag, and she does the same shit again. Everyone's doing the same shit again.
Listen,
Anyway.
repetition is comedy. This
It's a Japanese-
Oldbag. This is a very important point we're talking about.
I only recently learned that there's like a Japanese comedic principle of only doing something like stupid twice.
Oh. Comedy comes in twos in Japan.
Yeah, it's interesting. Like if you do something, if you do something like intentionally trolling, like you're only supposed to do it twice.
Oh, and then it's like not funny anymore. Or?
I don't know.
You're
like
only
I
supposed
need
to
to
shoot
look more
air up
into
your
it.
butt. What? Twice? You can only do it twice.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, good to know. I mean, that's all very good information. Edgy Poo, do you Edgy Poo? Do you think so too? That was a weird.
Edgy Poo, do you think so too? Well, it might be something worth considering.
Just say it's important and agree with me for a change. God.
He actually said that out loud. He didn't think that.
Yeah.
Witness, think carefully and try to remember as much as you can before you testify. God damn it.
All right, if you insist.
I should be the one sighing, not you. God.
And guard. Yes, now I remember. The Nickel Samurai, that's right. It was the Nickel Samurai that I saw. Yes, it would have been convenient for him to wear his costume during the murder. He had to go to that post-ceremony stage show right after the crime, you know? So he must have worn that Nickel Samurai costume when he was stabbing poor Juan.
I knew it. I knew you'd say he was inside the costume. God
My
damn it.
patience is wearing thin here.
What?
Okay.
Did you think there could have been someone else inside that costume? Don't be a bad little boy, thinking such rude things.
The fuck?
What does that mean? What does that even mean?
I hate this person.
But the possibility does exist. It literally happened before in a case involving you.
Youngins today. I told you there was no way it was anyone else.
How do you know that?
Because I said
Fuck
so.
you.
And what I said is the truth.
Bailiff,
Fuck you.
shoot her.
Fuck you too. Fuck you too, okay?
At least she's just as delightful a witness as she was a year ago.
Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness.
Go ahead, Perna.
Okay. Here we go.
Would you please get on with your fucking testimony?
Would you please shut the fuck up? Watch your language, young man. What sort of tone is that to take with an elder?
I will kill you.
My youthfulness isn't what it used to be, so you should forgive me for every fucking thing.
I will kill you to death.
Because I'm an old fucking lady. If you keep on barking at me like that, I'll start singing at the top of my lungs.
You'll be dead soon, so it's fine.
You want me to start singing?
What?
Is this her singing? Wait, a striking figure by the sea, standing all alone is he. He's the Nickel Samurai.
That's very good. She's actually singing. Someone help my poor ears.
Mr. Edgeworth, can you please do something about this racket? Witness, I'll give you a piece of gum.
I'll give you a piece of gum.
Like something I tell my 5-year-old niece.
I'll give you a piece of gum.
I'll give you some gum later. Just behave. Okay. You promised, right? I want some fucking gum.
Right. I'll be sending the bill.
It's just chewing gum
to your office at a later date.
The act of sending the bill would cost more than the stick of gum.
Only if it's just a stick. If he gets a whole pack, then that's worth more.
Even then, is it really worth it?
Well, Edgeworth is a man of principle. This is supposed to be funny. Laugh.
Is it really?
This is a joke. Laugh at joke.
Remind me to send you a thank you note later too, Edgeworth, old chum.
And this might actually be like a Japanese like corporate etiquette joke too.
Yeah.
Possibly. Not sure. Nickel Samurai she saw.
Be a little more careful with your testimony, please. Not too long ago, you said he was wearing his racing jacket, and now he's not? That's a load of horseshit.
Not too long ago? Then let me ask you this. When you were itty bitty, what was your grand dream?
I hate this lady.
Huh?
What did you want to be when you grew up, whippersnapper?
My dream, huh? Well, I wanted to be Judge Wagner, hero of the public's court. So what? Really? I don't remember that at all.
See? And look at where you are now. You're not Judge Wagner, are you?
Well,
what I said earlier. Who puts any weight into things like that?
oh my god.
It's now. The now is everything. I can't be held responsible for the past.
Let's just all kill everybody and it's fine.
Yeah.
Since when did court become theatrics over testimonies?
I feel like you could replace court with politics and still make a lot of
All that matters is that a man was inside that costume. Isn't that enough?
It would have been convenient Boo be wearing the costume during murder because...
And why would that be?
That way, no one could see his face, of course.
But there's still no advantage for him that I can see. In fact, you would think the costume would make him stand out all the more.
You are such an annoying child. You know that? You disagree with everything I say.
Should be an annoying child, but okay.
Annoying. Isn't that what you're always doing to me?
I hate this
got
witness.
it. Maybe it was more troublesome for him to change in and out of his costume.
She's essentially like a conspiracy theorist trying to warp the facts to match her reality.
Yeah.
Or any Republican congressman.
Got him.
Or any surrogate on TV.
Yeah.
After the crime, you know.
Was there anyone else scheduled to appear at the post-ceremony show?
Well, all the contestants were supposed to go on stage in a friendly gesture thing.
And that included the Jammin' Ninja?
Of course it included him. That's why when On Guard came out of Dear Juan's room, I didn't give it a second thought.
I see.
Well, anyway.
So he must have been wearing the costume when he was stabbing poor Juan.
So let me ask you one last time. The person you saw, it really was the Nickel Samurai.
As showy as ever. Haven't I been saying that from the very beginning?
Can I throw in the towel yet?
You don't need to think hard on this one. Too hard on this one. There's a contradiction in her testimony, and it's sitting in plain sight. The question is what the contradiction means for us.
Well, I have to figure out what you're talking about first, but okay.
Alright, so what is this contradiction we are going to target? Do we have anything denoting the timeline of the night?
So, what was the...
post-ceremony stage show right after the crime was...
Time of murder? Where's the autopsy report?
8:15.
Okay.
And no other things demonstrate a time.
Okay.
Anything that refutes the fact that he must have been wearing the nickel samurai costume.
I'm not. Wait, what's the Juan Carita? Okay, yeah. I don't know if this has anything.
No, it doesn't seem like it. Nah.
Not sure. The only thing I can think of is that there's supposed to be some sort of contradiction about when.
Yeah, he had to go to that post-ceremony stage show right after the crime. I don't know. Feel like we're a little up the creek here.
Yeah. Wait. So can we?
Want to repress something?
No, I don't think any of the presses are gonna get us anything. That's the thing. I think the presses were all just filler, so I don't think it mattered.
Yeah, like.
I don't know. I'm totally stumped.
Water on top of the lid.
Is there a cheat sheet?
I mean, there's technically walkthroughs online, but we haven't really used them.
Yeah, we've been able to get through pretty much everything thus far without actually consulting a walkthrough directly.
Okay, so let's go through all the... Okay, ripped from his costume, covered in blood. Okay, found in Hakama.
I mean, I guess, like, one potential thing that is really, like, sketchy, though, is that she saw the costume, but there is no blood that she noticed.
But there's nothing about the case that involves a ton of blood, though. Try... Okay, so the autopsy report doesn't have anything. Does the knife have anything?
The blood and Unguard's... Wait, fingerprints. If it has Unguard's fingerprints, then that means he wouldn't have his gloves on, which means that he couldn't have been wearing his costume at least in full while using the knife.
But he could have easily grabbed the dinner knife from when he was eating dinner, and he wasn't wearing gloves then, unless he wears his costume while eating dinner. That's a bit odd.
I feel like the writing in this game has been sloppy enough that, like, something like that could possibly be right.
But that's... that doesn't make sense to me, because he could have eaten... It could just, the fingerprints could just be from when he ate dinner, you know? Like...
I'm just gonna try it. What do we have to lose?
Wait, but is it because of... Okay, maybe it's because of something else.
Let's see.
Maybe it's because something we're missing. Okay, please take a look at this.
Yeah, so it's a knife, big deal. If you're trying to scare me with that, you have to know that it won't work.
Yeah, I'm trying to threaten you with a knife in the courtroom.
This is a knife. No, that's not my intention at all.
That's the knife that was used in the murder, correct? I mean, technically, yeah, but we really need to stop pretending like this is a murder weapon.
Your Honor, do you know why this piece of evidence is important to this case?
You don't even have to ask, because the defendant's fingerprints are on it. Is that what you're driving at?
That is exactly what I am driving at. What?
What are we driving at? Whose car are we driving? I hope it's Edgeworth's car. It's really cool and sporty.
Yeah, he plays good music in the car.
Yep.
If Mr. On Guard was... Okay. Come on. Like, okay. That doesn't make sense.
And this is based off of the exact same point I was trying to argue to you about why we couldn't determine the prints on the orientation of the knife.
If Mr. On Guard was really in the Nickel Samurai costume at the time of the murder, then it's impossible for his fingerprints to have been left on this knife.
I love this game.
He could have... Actually, he would have wiped... That's not how that works.
I mean, if you have a gloved hand and it's all over the handle...
It doesn't just wipe it off.
Not immediately, but it would smudge it up a bit. It would. I'm not going to argue that. It would smudge it up.
It wiped all previous fingerprints on this knife right off. But, like, if he is doing it with that weird claw hand, that's not a glove. It's like a weird, like, metal hand. That doesn't wipe shit off.
Wait, hold on. Let's see what he has.
That's not gonna wipe shit off if it's his right hand there.
Maybe he's left-handed.
That is where he's holding his staff, I guess.
Yeah, and also that wooden thing might be softer and more.
It's fake. It's like a Sentai thing where they fake the thing.
Oh, that's right. Nickel Samurai wears gloves, doesn't he?
This is a leap and a half. I'll tell you what.
Yeah, whatever. It was right. He probably took his gloves off before he began the stabbing.
And why would he do something like that? To leave his prints on the murder weapon? That's stupid, absurd. Edgeworth. You're stupid. There's no way he would do something like that. Stupid.
However, there is one possibility.
Then let's hear your possibility.
It's very simple. The defendant went to the victim's room while in costume as a Nickel Samurai. At that time, the defendant held no intent to murder. He was probably just going to relax and talk with the victim about the stage
They hate each other.
Which is why he took his gloves off. But the murder still did take place. It's well known that there was bad blood between the defendant and the victim. Yes, I've heard that before. Well, Mr. Wright, what do you have to say about Mr. Edgeworth's crazy wackadoo theory?
So let me get this straight. Edgeworth's theory goes like this. When the defendant went to the victim's room, he had no intention of killing him. Now, up to this point, are there any problems with his theory? Well,
I mean, as of right now, I don't think there's a contradiction.
What does think about it one more time mean?
I think it just means he has to say it again.
Oh, okay. I don't know. Maybe there...
I say there's no problems yet.
Wait.
Hi.
No, there is, because they said it was premeditated the whole time. That was Edgeworth's entire theory, that it was premeditated.
I mean, they were making that claim earlier, but is that something that we need to worry about right now?
I think it still is, because it was still his claim that it was premeditated.
All right, then by that logic, there should be a contradiction already. Is this what you want to say?
Yeah, I think that's true. I think there is indeed a contradiction. This theory contradicts something in an earlier testimony.
What are you babbling about?
Now, for argument's sake, let's suppose Mr. On Guard was the killer. If that's the case, I think it's impossible for the killer to have gone to the victim's room without intent. See, so now then you show the thing that says, there was,
What evidence do we have that established an accusation of premeditation?
the knife. The knife is the premeditation. Because he brought the knife. Why would you bring the knife?
All right.
This knife. This knife was used by Mr. On Guard at dinner.
Yes, we did establish that.
Which means that if my client was in fact the killer, then he brought this knife with him when he went to visit Mr. Kurita.
I suppose.
However, you just said it yourself. At that time, the defendant held no intent to murder. If that were true, then why would he bring a knife? He wouldn't, would he? Which means,
Interesting reaction.
Mr. Edgeworth, your theory was flawed from supposition 1.
He didn't do a
Shit.
take, though. He didn't react.
And one more thing. If the murderer was wearing the costume at the time of the murder, then there should be glove marks left. And then, really? Glove marks? Is that a thing?
I don't know what those would entail, but okay.
Which means the defendant's fingerprints shouldn't be all over it like bees on a hive. And that brings me to my final point. This knife was planted by the real killer to hide their identity and mislead us.
That's a wild
But-
accusation all of a sudden. Order, I say, order in the court. Was this knife really planted by the killer? Why would the murderer do such a thing?
To frame? To hide the murder method. It's to hide the way in which the murder was carried out, of course.
More of your nonsense.
Take another look at... No one else looked at the autopsy report, I guess.
It updated in everyone's file, but I'm the only one who saw it.
Take another good look at the autopsy report.
Every time I do, it makes me lord.
The victim actually died from strangulation. The killer tried to hide this by stabbing a knife into the victim's chest.
Oh god, we don't even get to present that as a contradiction. He just brings it up casually in the course
That's
of something
really lame.
else. That,
That's super lame.
we noticed that discrepancy as soon as it appeared.
God
I hate
damn it.
this case. Why do you like this case, Marvin?
I like the idea behind this case. I don't like the handling of it, I guess. But doesn't the... Oh, wait, that's you.
Doesn't the autopsy admit that the cause of death was strangulation?
Well, yes. The real cause of death was easily discovered.
Then I'd say the knife did a terrible job of concealing this fact.
But then everyone in this court was, like, focused on the knife, so I guess it kind of worked anyway, bitch. Oh, it didn't! Oh!
Wow.
And that laugh doesn't do a very good job of concealing your error either.
So it was
Either.
to frame? Okay.
Mr. Wright, I'll ask you one more time. Was this knife really planted by the killer? Why would the murderer do such a thing? Well, framing Matt on guard really is like what we're trying to prove is happening, according to Matt. Or
I
according
guess so.
to the transceiver. Like, that's our
Guess
goal,
so.
right?
I guess so. It's to frame my client, Mr. On Guard, of course.
To frame. Aren't you forcing the interpretation just a little too hard on this one?
But we just established the samurai saw the nickel samurai in wait, hang on. But we just established that the witness saw the nickel samurai in costume. And if that were true, then there shouldn't be a single fingerprint on this knife.
Witness. You should just say Oldbag.
Oldbag!
Looks like I've made your life a tiny bit more difficult, huh, Edgy Poo?
Why do you even bring her on, Edgeworth?
You didn't need to bring a witness. The judge was ready to call the trial.